All righty. We're on.
Hi, guys. Welcome. It's just 11 o'clock now, so we're going to give a little moment to allow some more people to come in. Thank you to, it looks like, Lauren and Sean. Thank you guys for coming and supporting me today. I appreciate that. I would love for you guys, if you have any questions, or anything that you're curious about,
Alex
feel
is here.
free to ask in the chat as well. A little bit about my background, but those of you who are on already know. So I'm going to give it a few minutes. How are you feeling, Lauren?
Alex is
Hi, Alex. Thanks for joining, honey. Is Lauren on? Or are they just in queue for a reading?
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, I shall wait.
She's still sick.
Yeah, poor thing.
Yeah, Lauren's on.
All right. How are you feeling, honey? Sorry you're not feeling well, but thanks for popping on.
Yeah, so right now we got Lauren and Alex are on.
Okay. Well, I'll start off with your guys' reading. Lauren, I'm going to do you first, honey, just because I know you're not feeling well. So this way you can get some rest, honey. So we'll start off with you first. So as you know, but I'll go ahead and explain for those who might not. How I work is I've always been very sensitive to energy. And so I use the cards as kind of a tool to tap in. I always ask for messages for your highest good, what it is that you need to know right now, where you need to shine the light and maybe gain some broader perspective, some new insight to help push through a lesson that you're currently learning, right? So I'll be using my tarot deck to get a little information and build upon that for these mini readings with my Moonology deck. And there you'll get a direct message from Spirit, your higher self, however that resonates for you. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in, Lauren, and get you started. Thanks for being my first reading today, honey. I also like to look at what chakra centers or energy centers might need some nurturing or healing. So if any of that comes to me, I'll also share that information as well. Okay, what is it that Lauren needs to hear for her highest good? Please allow me to be a clear channel. Take a deep breath and just get present, Lauren, as we connect. And let's see what are the messages that are going to come forth for you today. Okay, let's see. The first piece of the puzzle from Tarot for Lauren. You got the Death card in its inverse manner. So what that tells me, the Death card, first of all, I want to say is a major arcana, right? And it's not a scary card. I want to preface that. A lot of people think that this card means like a physical death, but that's not what this card is about. It's actually a really fabulous card.
She said, oh God.
It's a fabulous card. What this card speaks to is a transformation, the death of an old aspect of yourself that's just not working or serving you anymore in your life, right? So that's what this card is going to be, right? It represents something that we're not willing to let go of, that we're currently transforming within our lives. Okay, so it showed up, Lauren, in its inverse manner, which that usually tells me that there's some kind of resistance around the change, which makes sense, right? Because this is a card about transforming an aspect of ourself. So let's jump into Moonology and see. So think about what it is in your life currently, Lauren, that you are trying to change, improve, gain awareness around. These can be about anything that's important in your life, right? But this is a major arcana. So it's not like something small. This is something you've been really working on, achieving an aspect of yourself, leveling up, so to speak. So think about how that resonates for you. What is it that you've been working on changing so that you can gain awareness and become a more aligned, authentic version of yourself? Okay, that's the first piece of the puzzle for you, my dear. And for you, your center, because it's hitting me hard right now, is grounding. Okay, this month, especially February through March, grounding is going to be super important for you. I happen to know that you're a Pisces. So grounding is always important for Pisces, right? We tend to easily live in our upper chakra. So it's really important in order to feel safe, in order to feel secure, and in order to feel grounded and just kind of safe in your body, really need to work on the grounding. So that's root chakra. Best way to nurture that is to get out in nature, get out there, get your feet in the grass, go take a walk on the beach, right? But if you have a busy life, you can also incorporate red foods into your diet with the intention of bringing nourishment to that area. So really concentrate on your root chakra, especially for February and through March. But it's always a good chakra to work on for Pisces in general. Okay. Do you have any questions so far before I pick your direct message from Spirit?
I'll see, there's always kind of like a minute delay.
Mm-hmm.
Alex said exclamation point. No, she's not.
Okay. All right, honey. So to close out your reading, I want you to focus in. I'm going to shuffle the cards to get your energy into them. And let's see how this message evolves. Let's see what else it is that you need to hear at this time. I'm also getting, honey, that the grounding is really important because of this really big energy you're in right now. This is super transformative energy, and change can be scary. And really feeling safe in your body is going to be something that is super important for you. Okay. Anyway, your message, honey, is you are good enough. It's such a perfect message, right? This is a universal message, right? So many times, and we're talking about transformation. It's scary to step into our true selves when we have sat in a comfortable energy of trying to feel safe in something that's not aligned, right? So you are good enough. You're good enough to step into this new higher version of yourself. You know what you need to do. You've taken time to kind of unravel that. And so this is really your time for integration and to start the transformation. And remember, you don't have to do it all at once. This is big energy. So take baby steps and just start really getting clear on what it is you want and how you want to step into this new energy with this transformation. All right, honey.
That is so on point.
That's what came through for you. So I like grounding. Get your boys out in nature. All right.
One for Sean also.
Yes, I'll get one for Sean as well. All right. And like I said before, feel free to go ahead and ask any questions. It can be while I'm speaking because they'll come up, and Ivy, my daughter, is monitoring the chat. And so she'll let me know if you need clarification or something, you need a little more juice out of that lemon, right? Whatever the message is coming through, if there's something you need clarification on, feel free to jump in and ask. All right, Sean, take a moment, take a deep breath. And just get centered into your body so we can connect. I'm going to start shuffling the cards and getting your energy in. And again, I always like to ask, where does Sean need to shine the light currently? What is it that he needs a little perspective, a little insight about? What is for his highest good at this moment? Okay, let's see what the first piece of the puzzle is. All right, you, my friend, you got the Seven of Cups in its inverse manner. I turned it around to look at it here. I'll show you the card. So the Seven of Cups. So the main themes with this card are illusions and options, right? There's all these cups, right? So cups represent our emotional self, things that make us happy. All these cups here, there's so many choices and options right now, so many opportunities right now for you to fulfill something, right? And so there's different things in each of these cups. And it's kind of chaotic right now because you're trying to weed through which opportunity to take, right? It did show up in its inverse manner. So what that clues me into for you, Sean, is that you need to the saying with this card is like, let go of the shiny object syndrome. So you need to let go of everything that looks too good to be true, or really take the time to sit and digest the opportunities, the things that are in front of you, the path that you want to take. Because I feel like there's many options, many paths, and there's lots of things going on right now. So you are being challenged and tasked, when this card shows up in its inverse manner, to not be reckless, to not jump in without doing your due diligence. So those are some of the themes around this card. And again, I do like to mention, hearts are definite, or cups are definitely about our emotions, right? They are about equal give and take, right? It's how we love ourselves. It's how we love others. And I'm feeling for you, Sean, that the sacral chakra would be a really good center for you to nurture. So our sacral chakra, that connects us with our emotions, with our creativity, with our sexuality. It is all about, it's our pleasure center, right? And so what I'm going to invite you to do over the next couple months to help get on track is to really feed in and narrow down these options and these choices, with really getting clear on what it is that brings you pleasure and brings you joy, and put your energy into that. Don't keep giving to the things that don't feel good, right? That feel like work and pushing, right? So those are the messages from the Seven of Cups, and that's the card that showed up for you today. Again, if you have any questions or need more clarification, feel free to jump in. So sacral chakra, best way to nurture that: creativity, play, sexuality. So all of those things, enjoy and invite pleasure into your life at this time. Okay, if you don't have a question, I'm going to move on to the Moonology. And take a second again, Sean, just to connect. I'm going to shuffle the cards with your energy and ask for a spirit message that is specifically for you, something that you need to hear to build upon this message, or something that you just need to hear in general at this time. So take a deep breath, Sean. Again, what is the next piece of the puzzle for Sean at this moment? Okay. And from Moonology, your direct message: confidence is your key to success. So I'm going to throw in a secondary center, okay? Confidence, our confidence, that is our solar plexus, okay? So our solar plexus is located in the stomach area. It's our yellow center. This is our willpower, our personal power. It connects us, to feeling confident. And when this is in flow and we're feeling confident and secure, those things that seem like illusions or might be too good, or the thing that seems maybe like you're afraid to go after, even though that's the one you're really wanting to do, build up your solar plexus. Here's the card from Moonology. And it reads that confidence is your key to success. So I really want you to nurture play and pleasure and getting confident in yourself. When you nurture yourself in your sacral chakra and invite pleasure into your life, you feel more confident because you're doing things you love. So those are two really important centers for you to work on over the next couple months. And that will help narrow the choices and get them more aligned to what you really want, what's most authentic for you at this time. All right, honey, that's what I have for you today.
So Lauren DeVoy is on.
Oh, hi, Lauren. We got two Laurens. I love it.
Reading.
All right. Well, Sean, before we wrap up, did you or Lauren have any questions? All right, guys. So thankful and grateful for you guys showing up, allowing me to do what I love. And I hope that these readings brought you guys a little clarity, a little nugget of wisdom. All right. So Lauren DeVoy is next. Thank you, honey, for jumping on. So you weren't on when I was explaining how I like to do my readings and how I like to connect with energies. I like to shine the light on things in our life that we're expanding, growing, lessons that we're learning, what it is that we need to hear to gain a broader perspective so that we can move through the energy in more flow, in more balance, right? And more authentically. So if you have any questions, feel free as I'm reading. I'll be using two decks, the Tarot deck. to get the general energy, and then I'll be getting a direct message from spirit from my Moonology deck. So unless you have any questions, honey, I'm going to jump in and get started here. Feel free to ask questions at any time during the reading and take a moment just to connect. I want to tune into your energy. Okay, what is it that Lauren needs to hear at this time for her highest good? Connecting only with the energies of love, healing, and the highest wisdom. All right, honey, let's take a look and see what the first piece of the puzzle is for you today. What is it that she needs to hear for her highest good? Okay. All right, my dear. Also, we've had 3 readings and we've had 3 reversals. So it's interesting how the energy is showing up today. So, my dear, you got the 8 of Swords, and it did show up in its inverse manner, but I'm going to show you the card, honey. So again, this card, like the death card that Lauren got, may look kind of spooky or scary, but none of the cards are scary. These are just little pieces to clue us into what's going on and what we need to look at, right? So swords are all about our thought processes. So our thoughts, what are you thinking? What is spinning in your head? What are your stories that you're holding on to that you believe? And it's also about communication, right? It's how we communicate more authentically. And as it shows and it's depicted in this picture, you can see, she's wrapped up, she's got a blindfold on, there's all these swords around her, but in its inverse manner, this is telling me this is a self-imposed like block, if you will, right? There's something right now that feels like a block within your life, and it has to do with a story you're telling yourself in your head. So the centers for you that I want you to nurture is going to be your third eye center. So third eye is the best way to nurture that is through meditation, right? This is about self-reflection. This is about gaining self-awareness at different times in our life, and especially within our 30s. It's a real big time where we're hit with a lot of self-reflection. And so it calls on us to look at aspects of ourselves and see what we want to transform. But in its inverse manner, it's telling you all these swords are about to fall off. All you have to do is take off your blindfold and release yourself from these stories that you're telling yourself that aren't accurate. And I am feeling that this is in regards to how you see yourself. There's some stories that need transformation. So personal power center, solar plexus, I really want you to beef up your confidence and how you think about yourself. A really great way to nurture this center is, we all have this. I know, there's, certain things I even say out loud all the time about myself. Like, I'm so stupid because I can't figure out this technology, right? That's not true. I'm not stupid, but our words have power. So that's the kind of things I'm talking about, right? So there's some stories that are holding you back and are limiting you, and you need to expand on them because you have everything you need within you to break free from that stagnation and to release yourself from the negative thought processes or the negative spins or feeling stuck in that kind of thick energy or block. Okay, so do you have any questions or anything that you want a little expansion on around that card and its meaning?
Nothing yet, but Alex and Taylor are both saying
Okay, great. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining. All right. So again, it's about negative stories, negative mind space. Positive affirmations are such a great way. And I know it seems so silly, right? But no, whenever I say out loud or I have a thought about something that I can't accomplish because I just don't think I'm good enough, I say bullshit. It's just, you don't have the information, but you're smart. You can learn, you can grow. But we have to cut free from those negative stories about ourselves and actually step into our power.
Lauren said she'd like more expansion, but it was spot on so far.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, I'll keep expanding because more stuff is coming through. So I'll talk until, for those of you who don't know how I work, is I'm very clairsentient and I'm also clairaudience. So those tend to be my 2 strongest clairs. And what that means is I kind of just feel into somebody's energy, and sometimes I get feelings within my body if they're feeling physical pain. Sometimes I'll get very emotional. I might get feel angry or feel sad. I just kind of tune into the energy of the person. So this is all about letting go of and getting clear and positive within our thoughts about everything, right? But intuitively, I'm feeling this is about, we're all our own worst inner critic. And that's the part I want you to change, right? You need to honor and love yourself as much as you do others. And that is something that, I think for all of us, we're taught societally not to take care of ourselves, to be a martyr in some way, right? That's not true. You're worthy, you're fabulous. And so nurture and build up your confidence and really start taking actions on the things and the higher version of yourself that you see, meaning your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations. This card in its inverse manner is saying that this thought process that's been holding you back or making you feel a little stuck is about ready to break free. And it's reminding you and inviting you to take off the blindfold, look inward, and start setting goals and building up your confidence and really going after whatever it is you feel called to in this life, because you deserve it and you're good enough. All right. Now we're going to move on to the Moonology deck, and we're going to get a direct message from Spirit. So, all right, Lauren, take a second again, just to get present as we tune into your energy. What is the message that Lauren needs to hear at this time for her highest good? Something around growth and expansion. What is it that she needs to hear for her highest good? Okay, honey, let's see what the second piece of the puzzle is. A win-win outcome is forecast, okay? So immediately the message that's coming through to me in regards to this reading so far for you, honey, is action is required, because there's a win-win outcome no matter what action you take. But the being stuck in that in-between, caught up in our mind of why we can't do something or accomplish something or what the blocks or the problems are, action is needed at this time to burst through that energy. It's okay if you make mistakes, but lean into everything with kind of a sense of curiosity and wonder rather than from a fear-based or worried aspect, right? So a win-win outcome is forecast. So start taking the action. And if it's not exactly the right path, that's okay. You learned something, you gained experience. So then you take that experience, and I want you to remember that this is a process. It's not a destination. So take that time, right? A win-win outcome is forecast. You just need to start taking the action and implementing that. And I'm really feeling solar plexus really strongly for you at this time. And the other thing, if I had to do a secondary center that you wanted to nurture and work on to really lean into some self-care and really lean into some self-awareness, third eye chakra would be great for you. That's meditation. That's reflective time. That's getting quiet. When that center is out of alignment, it can show up with like overindulging. It can show up in focusing too much, negative mind spin on something. So to bring that into balance, it's about getting clarity and stilling your mind, right? So that's the messages that came forth for you, honey. So solar plexus for sure, and third eye meditation is great. If you need any help or guidance along that, I have plenty of my own meditations that I've created. I'd be happy to send you. I could send you the third eye and the solar plex, one of the meditations I've crafted if you'd like to start a practice. So reach out to me separately if that's something that speaks to you or something that you'd like to experience. If you're, you have to practice like with anything. It's hard to sit down and still your mind. It seems easy, but no. It's it's something that takes practice and guidance. So, all right, honey, that's what I have for you. Nurture those centers. You're spectacular. And so take the time and really nurture yourself, honey. All right.
Alex was wanting to go.
Okay. I will go ahead and get your reading started. First, I just wanted to make sure. Lauren, are you good? Any other questions you need?
Lauren said, thank you so much. That was exactly what I needed.
Oh, I'm
I'd
so
love
glad
to try that. You're beautiful and amazing.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I'll be sure to get in touch with you after this, and we'll get you on a meditation path, my dear. All right, honey, take care. And thanks for popping in. All right. So again, for those of you who are new, how I work is I'm very empathic, and that's a word that gets thrown around a lot, but just been very in tune to energy. My clairs that are most dominant and more natural to me are clairsentience, which is just a feeling and a knowing, and how that shows up for me is I tune into people's energy, and I can, emotions come up I can feel what they're feeling. Sometimes I'll feel physical pain within my body if they're noticing that. I'm also Reiki level 3 Asui trained practitioner. So I use Tarot and personal growth readings and my work as in Reiki to really help people grow and expand and just to hold space for people, right? So that they can be heard and so that they can, I walk along them on their path of self-discovery. So, okay, next up is Alex. So take a moment, Alex, as we tune in. We're going to get ready to jump into your reading. Just take a deep breath. Okay. We're going to go ahead and shuffle the deck and get your energy into the cards. Thank you for showing up today. What is it that Alex needs to hear for her highest good at this moment? Connecting only with the energies of love, healing, and wisdom. All right, honey, let's see what the first piece of the puzzle is. What wants to come forth for her highest good today? Okay, you got the King of Cups, and he also showed, we're 4 for 4 now, I think. I think every card has showed up in verse this time. So Kings, let's start with Kings. Kings are all about mastery. So as I always say, the arcanas are, big exclamation points. Kings are like the biggest before we get into the arcanas, right? So this is still big energy. Cups are about our emotions, how we nurture and take care of ourselves, how we create balance, how we value ourselves and give to ourselves, and what it is we think we deserve, right? So King of Cups in his highest aspects, when he shows up in this manner, you have mastered that aspect of yourself. At least, we're always working and growing, so it can come up at later when we're learning different lessons. But whatever this is emotionally, your cups, now cups, again, deal with emotions, our love, our relationships, our compassion, all of that stuff. But because I focus my readings on personal growth, this is talking about an aspect of you that you are nurturing, right? The queens are about nurturing. The king is next before we get into the major arcanas. You have been really working on mastering your emotions and opening up that side of yourself, really getting in tune and in touch with what it is, how you love yourself, how you take care of yourself, how you show up for yourself, how you invest energy in yourself in the area of your emotions. So you're working on mastery. Again, he's in his inverse position. So that's not a bad thing. It's just we pick up the energy of what's going on now. This is what you're currently working on. So you're mastering this, but there's still some resistance, right? So again, there's 2 centers that are jumping out at me when we are talking about our emotions. The 2 centers I want you to nurture are going to be your sacral chakra, right? Again, that's about our emotional selves. That's about inviting joy and pleasure into our lives. And the other center that I really want you to work on is your solar plexus. Heart center would be a third, because that is about love and compassion of self and others. But solar plexus is about our personal power and how we see ourselves. So between balancing your emotions and really getting confident, I think naturally that helps to bring about some attunement with our heart center towards ourselves, how you care for yourself, how you show up for yourself. Where are you putting energy around your emotional self, your relationships? These can be all relationships, right? It's how it resonates for you. It can be in how you have, relationships with friends, with our lovers, with our boyfriends, husbands, spouses, coworkers, family members. Like it's infinite. So take it how it resonates for you. And personal growth readings are really about nurturing ourselves. So that's what I think this message is leaning in. Just to be aware, you've come so far, you're at the king level, but there's still a little resistance about taking care and giving to yourself in a balanced way so that you're not draining your cup, so to speak. Okay, so that is the first piece of the puzzle, and those are the energy centers that I'm sensing. So I'm going to jump in next, honey, and I'm going to grab a Moonology message and see what the direct message is from Spirit for you today. So take a deep breath and connect. And let's see what Moonology brings forth. What is the message Alex needs to hear today from her highest self, her guides, her angels? What is it she needs to hear? in regards to taking care of herself in an equal energy exchange within all relationships within her life, and really creating that emotional stability, really mastering it. She's come so far and learned so many lessons. All right, let's see what the second message is to show up for you today. Believe in the impossible. Believe in yourself, believe in the impossible. Whatever it is that's still feeling that resistance around, whatever it is, you've done a lot of work. It's obvious because you're at the king, right? King is about mastery. So there's still a little resistance, and it's just encouraging you to not give up. Believe in the impossible. You are getting close. You are making strides, right? Again, it's a journey, not a destination. And so we're always renewing and learning and growing. So those are the messages that came forth. And if you have any questions or would like expansion on that, another center that would be great is third eye. Third eye is great for getting still, getting clear, and really understanding ourselves in a better way. So, all right, honey, that's what I have for you.
I'm almost there, but I'm working on it.
Yeah. Yay. We're always working. If this is a constant, everything is energy and it cycles out, and we're always learning lessons. We're always improving. And so whatever it is how that resonated in your life, you've come really far in that lesson. So keep going. You're being encouraged to keep going.
So you got another one.
Okay.
Mara's on.
Hi, Mara. How are you today, honey? Okay.
Alex said thank you.
You're very welcome. Is Mara next in line for a reading? Okay, Mara, thank you so much for joining me today. What I like everybody to know is how I use my time to do personal growth readings, and it's my favorite thing to do in regards to tarot, is to shine the light on where we're learning, how we're growing, what needs expansion, right? Life is constantly renewing, as we were just talking about, and we're always growing, and we're always learning more about ourselves and stepping more into our authentic selves, right? It's all about growth and expansion. So I use these readings. I'm going to draw 2 cards, one from Tarot to get a little piece of the puzzle, and then I'll be using my Moonology deck, honey, and getting a direct message from your higher self, from your guides, etc., to build upon that message, or just maybe another message that you need to hear at this time. So unless you have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and start tuning into your energy. Feel free to ask any questions as the reading is going if you need a little more clarification on something. And with that being said, go ahead and take a deep breath. Let's connect. Go ahead and use your exhales to just kind of let go of some tension and still your mind. And let's see what messages come forth for you today, honey. What is it that Mara needs to hear in regards personal growth and expansion? What is it that she needs to know at this time to help her flow through the energy, more aligned? Only messages for her heart. Good. Okay, honey, let's see what the first piece of the puzzle that wants to show for you today is. Okay, you got the 3 of Wands, and it's our first card that showed up in its upright manner. We've had a slew of inverse cards this session. So anyway, the 3 of Wands. Let you see that card. So Wands, honey, Wands represent things that we're passionate about, things that set our soul on fire, right? And that can show up in so many ways. So I want you to think about these messages on how it resonates for you, right? What are you passionate about? This could be something in regards to, a new project. This could be about a relationship. This could be about something that you're trying to change, expand, or create about yourself. It can be about personal health goals. It could be about activism, right? But the 3 of Wands in particular is about planning for the future, right? So it comes right after the 2 of Wands, which is making choices and decisions about our goals, our dreams, our desires, what it is that we're really passionate about right now in our life. So You've already made some choices and decisions. So the Three of Wands is a time of introspection. It's a time of thinking about what it is and how you want to create that within your life. What is it that you're passionate about right now that's really speaking to your heart? This is a time just to set the foundation. Start thinking about your plan, right? It's you're still in the beginning stages, but this is going to be around something that you're really passionate about, honey. So there's really three centers that are jumping out at me, but the two prominent I'll speak about first, and I'll give you the third if you'd like to work on three centers. But your self-confidence right now at this time, your solar plexus, right? It's funny, whenever you do kind of group readings, you get a lot of the same centers because people typically, we're all connected, right? And so a lot of us are working on the same themes in different ways and at different points of that journey. So your solar plexus is about feeling confident, really stepping into yourself. So affirmations are great for that. The second center, because this is about your passions, I want you to nurture your sacral center, right? So this is about pleasure, joy, and I'm getting a lot about childhood for you is what's popping into my head right now. It's about diving into the things that really set your soul on fire when you were a kid. Now, it doesn't have to be in the same form, but it's about getting in touch with that aspect of yourself because there's something new that's blossoming within you around something that you're really passionate about. And so this is the beginning stages, okay? So beef up your personal power center so that you have strong will, confidence, lean into pleasure and joy, and remember what it is so that you're more authentically leaning into your passions, right? And the third center I mentioned before is going to be grounding, right? Really work on grounding so that you feel safe in your body and nurture your self-confidence. So you bring this in, this new passionate endeavor or whatever this inspiration is that's begun its beginning phases, but it's, it's not right at the beginning. You've been thinking about this. You've made some choices and decisions, and now you're still kind of in the laying the foundation. So that's the messages that are coming through with the Three of Wands for you. I'm going to go ahead and dive into the Moonology deck to see what message comes forth to maybe expand upon that, but feel free to jump in and ask any questions. And let's see what Moonology has for you, Mara. It's funny. Throat chakra, honey. And my throat is really starting to kind of close up on me right now. So throat chakra is really going to connect us about speaking our truth, right? So which goes hand in hand. It's perfect for where you're at on the journey around this passionate endeavor or what it is that you've been working on. As you work on that and lay that foundation, you're going to get more clear in your communications, right? You're going to be able to speak about that more clearly and have like a stronger vision, so to speak. So throat chakra,
She has a question.
Yes.
What does it mean that it was upright?
That it was upright. If it would have come in, it doesn't always mean the same thing to me. It depends what comes through because I do read so intuitively. But I would say that there's something that you're, something that you still need to make some more decisions and choices before you set the foundation. But I feel like you kind of already know. You kind of already know what I'm alluding to or what this energy is. If it was in its inverse manner, I would say that you still have choices to make. You are resisting something or something is off, maybe some delays about setting this foundation. Does that answer your question, honey?
I'll give it a second.
Yeah, I know there's a little delay.
Mm-hmm.
I think in your mind, you've already made the choice, and now it's about nurturing and dreaming about how to bring that form, so to speak, in. If it was upside down, I would say it was stagnant and blocked. I think that the energy is just starting to flow. You're really doing that card is about future planning. So you're really doing the future planning right now before you fully bring this in.
She said, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, honey, let's see what Moonology has to say for you. What is the message that Mara needs to hear at this time to help her navigate in more flow? All right, honey, let's see what Moonology brings forth for you. Your message today is your dreams need a practical plan, right? Like that's kind of what we're talking about. It's future planning, right? It's not that it's stuck because it wasn't in its inverse. You're making the plans. This is kind of, think about it as the dreaming, the imagination, the thinking about it, right? Because fours, the next step, right, are about solid foundations. So right now you're dreaming about creating a practical plan. And as you continue to move through the energy, you'll be creating the plan, then you'll start taking action. And then what doesn't work, you can kind of adjust. So that's just showing you where you are in the energy. So your dreams need a practical plan. So keep dreaming about them and keep solidifying them and get really clear in what you want to bring through. Speak your truth. It's okay to seek outside guidance, but sometimes you need to follow what it is that you want to do. So when I was feeling that stagnation in my throat, this is a time for you to dream and really get imaginative so that it comes through in your vision. Okay.
I'll give her a sec to.
Yeah.
And so far, that was all I had on my list.
Okay.
Can you give people a second if they want to? She sent this a message.
I see. Namaste, sweet soul. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate seeing you here today. Hope all is well.
Oh, Taylor wants one.
Okay, little Miss Taylor. So you know a little bit about how I work. So we're going to be looking at what needs expansion, what messages do you need to hear at this time to bring about more flow and to help you grow and expand on your journey. So with that being said, take a moment, honey, and just take a deep breath in. Let's connect. Start to get present. Let your body soften, settle in your mind. And let's see what messages come forth for you today. Put your energy into the cards. What is it that Taylor needs to hear at this time for her highest good? Only connecting with the energies of love, healing, and wisdom. All right, honey, let's see what the first piece of the puzzle with your message is today. Another inverse card, but this is another major arcana. All right, this is the Empress, honey. I'm going to speak about her both in her highest aspects and in the suggestions about what to focus on when they come in their inverse manner. So major arcana, the Empress. I'm going to speak about her in her upright manner. She is in flow, first off. She's super fertile. She is blooming with ideas. She is the mother archetype, right? She gives to herself and others in a way that is balanced and in flow. And when this card shows up in its inverse manner, this is my exclamation point. So I want you to really listen to me. Exclamation point self-care card. You're overgiving. You're depleting your energy, right? You are the mother archetype, and you can do that all in balance when you give to yourself. But when you are over giving, whether it's to work, to relationships, and you're not taking care of yourself in the right way, it starts to break down. You can't give to yourself in a good way, and you can't give to others in a good way. So it's calling on you in its inverse manner to slow down and to start filling up your cup. You're depleted, feeling a little burnt out perhaps at this moment. And so it's just really letting you know that you encompass all of this. Fertile, imaginative, things blossoming, right? Things are really growing. You have inspiration. She is able to bring in her ideas, her inspiration, because she is balanced and in flow. And when she's balanced and in flow, she's giving to others and helping them in a way that is healthy and not codependent. When it shows in its inverse manner, there are some things that are out of alignment that you need to bring into balance by nurturing and giving to yourself. So those are the messages that come forth with the Empress in the reverse. So self-care, taking care of yourself. So sacral chakra.
She said, spot on. I'll work on it.
Sacral chakra. Okay. Do you know how you nurture your sacral chakra, Taylor? You lean into things that bring you joy. Let me say that again. Things that bring you joy. It's time to put other people's needs, desires, wants, goals, works, wants, goals, expectations. You need to bring some balance in for you. So sacral chakra is all about leaning into creativity, play, whatever you enjoy doing, do more of that. Set aside a little time to jump into play. It is not your job to overgive. It is your job to show up balanced so that you give in a way that is healthy and balanced. Okay. Those are your centers for now, just the one, sacral. I'm really feeling that lean into joy. We'll see if any other centers come through, but I really want you to think about giving to yourself, leaning into pleasure, leaning into things that, make you happy. The sweet things in life, so to speak. All right, honey. Again, let's ask for a message to build upon. What is it that you need to hear at this time for your highest good? To shed some light onto how we can bring more balance, more flow, and really lean into growth and expansion. Okay. Your message from Moonology, drum roll, is bring love into the situation. Okay. Yes, bring love into the situation. And because it was in its inverse manner, this is love of yourself. Bring love into the situation. Heart center is going to be your second one, right? Our heart center is the bridge between our upper chakras and our lower chakras. So basically between our spiritual selves, our higher selves, and between our earthly selves, right? So it's all about compassion. It's all about nurturing in a healthy, balanced manner. So because both of these messages came up, I'm really going to say again, this is really unwinding and looking at kind of codependencies where we're overgiving too much and depleting ourselves and finding more balance within that. You need to open up your heart center and really forgive yourself and forgive and love others where you are giving in excess, so that you can bring balance into those relationships within your life. And that includes work, that includes, friends, family, however it resonates in your life, honey, but you're really being called upon to take some time to love and nurture yourself. So bring love into the situation, and take care of you, honey. That's the messages that are coming through. Self-care, sacral chakra, have some fun, and lean into your heart chakra as well, honey. So if you have any questions or about how to nurture those centers, I think I touched upon the sacral chakra. For your heart center, it's about giving, but in this case, because it paired with the Empress in her reverse position, which is somebody who's giving in flow, it's calling to love yourself and really put your needs, your wants, your desires first. It's not selfish. Okay. That's the message I have for you today, honey.
I'll give her a sec. Oh, and Mara did say that was what I needed to hear. Thank you.
I'm so wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I think she jumped off. But
yeah, but that's nice.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad.
And
All right, guys. Well, I really want to thank everybody that jumped on today. I don't know how long we've been going, but
Taylor said, "Thank you, love you."
I love you too, honey. Can't wait to see you again.
It's been 47 minutes. We're almost at an hour. So.
Yeah. All right. So unless anybody has any additional questions, if they have, anything, it doesn't have to be about a reading. It can just be about this work. It can be about whatever. And if not, then we're going to wrap it up. But I just really feel super supported and grateful for everybody who showed up today. Thank you guys for being there for me, for allowing me to do what I love, to help me build and expand upon leaning into my joys, my pleasures, pushing myself out of the box, right? This is all new stuff for me, but it is feeling in flow. And I just really want to say namaste. I see and feel and hear all of you that showed up for me today. And thanks again for coming. I'll look forward and I'll let you guys know when I'm doing another one. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.